Hello and welcome back to Sprite Guard Plays Starseed Pilgrim. It has been a long time since we have visited this game, but I was thinking about the games that I like and the games that I've been enjoying and the kind of game playing that I have been enjoying, and I realized that this was a game that I should come back to. I've built out the overworld a little bit more, so we might see a few more passages than we had in the previous episode, which was quite a long time ago. I've been practicing this a bit because I had to derust. I didn't want to go into it after not having played for several months and just try to record episodes right out the gate. But I have not unlocked any new levels. I don't believe there are any levels that we have not unlocked, but I'm going to be going into the starting level here, and that will reset our seeds, but we don't need seeds in the overworld anymore. So I'm going to be using basically the same strategy that I have always used. There might be a better opening, but I don't know what it would be. I'm going to put a red one... I think over there. I don't really want it interfering with my construction. I would really like a slimy one to fill in where this orange platform is and slow down the darkness a little bit. But for now we're just going to, let's see, we can put a jump pad there to make things a little easier for ourselves. And then we can start on another seed growing seed, put something there. Oh, and we can use that as a launching off place to put another one of these. And there is the slime one that I was talking about. We can just open that up and plant it there. That will fill in the gray, and it will corrupt more slowly than the orange would. It will, however, corrupt our jump pad and make it a little bit tricky to get out of that area. So we're going to have to kind of be aware of that. Now I'm going to plant, let's see, one here, I think, to make it a little easier to get back over this seed growing seed. And I'm going to harvest this. Alright, so that is what I wanted to not happen. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Gonna have to dig that out. Jump there. Dig that out. So that did not go well. I'm going to plant that to fill in some of the gray, because the gray corrupts the fastest out of anything. And then we can get over there. We can use the ice to slow down the corrupting of the orange. And it looks like we have our first one of these that we can connect up with. It's a little bit earlier than I would like, but I think we're going to have to go with it. We can use this jump pad and start harvesting over here. The maximum, the guarantee is that every 7 seeds you'll have a seed growing seed. But you actually get them quite a bit more often than that because it's random. And that's just the guaranteed maximum. There is, I believe, no minimum. I don't know if you can have 2 in a row. I don't remember ever seeing 2 seeds in a row, so that's probably the minimum. But I find that if I'm getting 5 or 6 in each batch, that is usually sufficient. Now, I have not really given myself a place to plant that one. We can put it there, and that should help to slow the corruption. The purple corrupts the most slowly, so as much as possible we want to leave that around. I do want, however, to get rid of this red one. I just don't want it at all. We can plant another seed-growing seed, I think, here. And then we can put a jump pad maybe over here, and then a random one there. And another jump pad there, just because we don't have a huge amount of use for it. But now we have actually another random one, and you can't put like in like. So that's kind of not the best order. Maybe it will fill this in a little bit for us. That could be useful. That jump pad ended up being pretty useful. I'm going to put some ice there. That will just give us a little bit more room to kind of springboard up this way. And I think we need to start growing some seeds up here. Probably there-ish. And start growing that out. And that might actually end up connecting up. So I am going to keep an eye on that and start harvesting these pretty soon. And actually, I'm going to use this opportunity to get rid of the red one that I have, because we don't really have a use for it yet. And there's not a lot of uses for those red ones, because they corrupt very quickly. And so they tend to, almost no matter what they replace, as long as they're not replacing gray or black, they will actually end up doing more harm than good. And I actually thought we were at the red one already, and so that was a little bit of a bad choice on my part. And I have not left a route up here, so we're going to have to throw away, let's see, probably throw away a couple of things here to try and get back up there. And it looks like it may actually be too late to even get up there without a jump pad. Yeah, we can't quite get up there, so I think the thing to do now is to plant a random one and see if that can get us where we need to go. And it looks like it's not going to be very helpful. So we can plant another seed-growing seed and then one of these orange ones, and it will go up and lift us up so that we can get back on top of that seed-growing column, because that is going to be very valuable to us. And I think that's actually ready to harvest, and I want to just kind of cut these down in parallel. Though, probably want to leave this at 3 or 4 so that we can use it to harvest some of these other seeds. Though, it looks like we're kind of getting to a point where we may just have to cut and run. And I'm thinking that probably what I want to do is plant that there. That will connect up. Oh, actually, I think better would have been to use the slime, because that would corrupt more slowly, kind of give us more opportunities. Kind of have to throw away one of those. Okay, this is actually a situation where a red one is pretty useful. It's not going to be hugely useful, but it will at least give us a little bit of headroom. And then we can use this to kind of use the same strategy that... well, it's going to go off in that direction, never mind. But that gives us another opportunity to plant one of those very effectively. We can plant a random one there and see if it does anything useful. It might actually get us quite close to this darkness here. And so it's not really clear, like, the best way to connect up. I think probably put it there. There's a 50-50 chance that it will not go the way we want it to, and it did not. I'm going to put that there. And then I think I'm going to have to dig this out a bit. And then start digging these out. And unfortunately, we're going to speed up the corruption quite a lot that way. So we might not actually be able to stay ahead of it. Going to put the ice there to fill in the gray a little bit. And then the slime I'm going to pour over this way. And we have another seed-growing seed, not very useful. But this we can connect up to that key. So we've connected up with a couple of keys, and this is kind of the situation that I have been finding myself in during my practice runs, is I can connect up with a few keys, but doing so doesn't allow me to connect up with a door. I've only ever connected up with a door and 3 keys once, and I believe that was in a fairly recent, I mean, as far as any of these episodes are recent, nothing is particularly recent, but one of the last episodes before the hiatus. This red one will actually help us out quite a lot. And then it looks like we may not have any more seed-growing seeds, so this may be the end of the line. Let's see. Oh, we're going to have one that we can use. And that did not grow in a particularly helpful pattern. But it looks like we can plant this out here and just hope. And this yellow will slow it down quite a bit. It's going to have to chew through this red, and as quickly as it chews through the red, it's not like instantaneous. It doesn't tear through it the way it does through the seed-growing seeds and through the blank spaces. So we are just going to wait for it to get close to us and see what we can get in. Looks like we can get probably a third seed at least. Want to stand on top of this so that we don't have to worry. If we do get a fourth one, we don't have to worry about getting up on top of it. And it looks like we might actually have time for a fourth one. I'm going to kind of watch and wait because the yellow does corrupt a lot slower than the red, but it is also, there's quite a lot less of it. And we need to be able to start growing whatever it is that we get out of this, but it looks like we're going to get the fourth in plenty of time. Let's see, we're going to start with a red, which is good. It will actually corrupt more slowly than the orange, so that is a good thing for us to have. Get on up there, put that in. And then this ice will even corrupt even more slowly, and will even fill in the little gap that I put. I think actually probably better would have been to put it a little bit further to the left, but actually because the next one we have is a red, that doesn't matter. That's all going to get covered up. And now we're actually at the end of the line. No more seeds, no more seed-growing seeds. And we did not manage to connect up to a door, so let's see what we did manage. I have been working on kind of the, what I think of now as the mid-game strategy of how to get to the keys safely. And I've been working on bubble strategies and just kind of navigating this. Oh, I forgot that was something that would happen, so we didn't actually have anything to accomplish there. I mean, we could have brought some seeds out, but we don't need seeds in the overworld. So I think that the episodes coming up in the future are going to be more focused on almost playing this a little bit like a roguelite, in that we're going to be going into a level and either we complete it or we don't. And we're not going to really have all that much else going on. So it's going to be pretty hard to take this on. There's going to be a lot of randomness that's going to determine what our options are. And then the randomness, I don't really know how big of an effect it is. It could affect whether or not it's possible. It will certainly affect how difficult it is. We'll also have to use good strategy and good tactics to stay ahead of the darkness and connect up with the keys. And we're just going to focus on getting through a door, and then I know that once we get through the door, what's on the other side is going to be kind of a whole other problem that we will have to tackle in its turn. But first, getting through a door is going to be the goal. And then there's even a little bit of technical platforming. You saw I missed a couple of jumps that ended up kind of punishing me a little bit more than I could recover from. So we're just going to have to get better at all of that. And of course we're going to have to explore the other levels. Now, a lot of the games that I have taken on this channel, I have said, I'm not even able to beat this game yet, but I would like to speedrun it. And I'm going to say that again. That's actually part of what inspired me to pick this up again, is right now we're going to say, I don't even know anything other than people claim to have beaten this game. I think the one that I remember was someone saying that Jonathan Blow had actually completed all of the levels in this game. So I believe that it is possible to beat this game. And that's kind of the position I was in when I said that I wanted to speedrun Hyper Rogue. It was kind of the position I was in when I said I wanted to speedrun Ollie Ollie. It's also the position that I was in when I said I wanted to speedrun Umihara Kawase, and that's still the position I'm in, that I abstractly believe that game is possible, but I've kind of lost the motivation. So it is a very open question whether or not that motivation is going to last here. But we will find out, and until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.